Hey everyone, it is Jim McGuinn from Teenage Kicks, and today we're talking about Beastie Boys' Paul's Boutique, an album that was released July 25th, 1989. Now this is thought of as one of the landmark hip-hop albums in music history, but at the time, it was a failure. The Beastie Boys were coming off of License to Ill, Fight for Your Right to Party. They were being called kind of frat rap in the press. And they also had a fallout with their producer Rick Rubin, with their label Def Jam. So they bailed on New York, moved to LA, signed with Capitol Records. But what to do for album number 2? If you're the Beastie Boys, you hook up with the Dust Brothers, a production duo working out of LA, who were really early in on making sort of mashup sample tracks and putting together multiple layers of tracks. They were intending to release a lot of these songs as club mixes, kind of on the down low. The Beastie Boys heard them and said, "We want to rap over these beats." The Dust Brothers said, "These are dense, these are really tough." And they were like, "No, this is cool, let's do it." So that is how Paul's Boutique basically came together. Beastie Boys working with the Dust Brothers, coming up with these tracks, sampling from the entire history of music culture. You've got everything, I mean, tons of like R&B and funk and soul classics, tons of James Brown. You've got samples of Public Enemy. You've got the Commodores on there. You've also got rock songs wrapped at random almost. You've got Beatles songs taken and sampled. You've got The Jam and Black Flag and all kinds of artists. And they put together what many people now consider a masterpiece. Now at the time, Capitol Records said, "Oh, this is going to be the Sgt. Pepper's of hip-hop." It wasn't received that well. Mike D himself said, "We were really proud of this record. We put it out and nobody seemed to care, at least not then." Some critics liked it, but they couldn't get arrested in terms of the charts or in terms of sales, so they thought they were almost washed up. Now it turns out in retrospect, it was really just the beginning of Act 2 for the Beastie Boys, because they went on from Paul's Boutique to make such classic albums after that. But Paul's Boutique is the one that sort of ignited that creativity and that spark in the band. And it's just a great record. We're going to pay tribute to it this week on Teenage Kicks, so check that out. Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 on The Current. I think it's probably impossible to do the Beastie Boys on ukulele, but I can tell you that the song Eggman, one of the classic tracks, is built around the bass line from Curtis Mayfield's Superfly. That sounds not a lot, but a little like this on a ukulele. It's like... So if you can imagine that continuing, on top of that, you've got the three of them trading lines back and forth, saying things like, "The egg, a symbol of life, go inside your house and bust out your wife, pulled out the jammy, thought it was a joke, the trigger, I pulled, his face, the yolk." That's where the Beastie Boys were going, over that bass line. I don't think I can do that at the same time, though. The egg, a symbol of life. I can't do it. There's no way. It's just too much to try to put both those sides of my brain into one place. But it's a great record. Trust us on that. It's the Beasties' Paul's Boutique. A uke failure. But it's okay.